was in the yeshiva from 88 through 90. It really provided an atmosphere where you didn't have to think about anything else. You could really just think about what you were learning. What was amazing about Rav Lichtenstein's shiur was, there's a shiur you go to as part of a regular Seder in yeshiva, and then there's like you went to a shiur and you had an experience. I felt every single time that I had an experience. One of my most vivid memories is a hug that Rav Lichtenstein gave to Rav Amital at the end of Ne'ilah. And there was something just so true about it and so real. The smiles on their faces just went right through you. One of the best days of my life, I'll never forget coming back into the yeshiva for Shana Bet with no transition and, knowing exactly what to expect. And such a feeling of shlema, such a feeling of completeness to be back in the yeshiva. There were actually several older fellows who I sat with and around during Shana Bet. I was just a little kid then. I saw them in many ways, which was true, as being so far ahead of me. They were already studying for smicha, they had already done the army, and they had already really proved themselves. And they were really heroes for me, a lot of these older guys.
I knew from the moment I met Marc that he was going to be going on to greatness.
He was one of the really strong fellows in the group.
He always knew that he was going to work with the Jewish people and help in some way.
Part of being a Jew is reaching out, especially through Torah, to other people. And that's a message that I try to give to my students, that you have an achrayus to Klal Yisrael. Torah deserves our best attention, the most we can do. We're blessed with very, very special children. And our son, Matis, who's a young man with autism, has reached the stage of mitzvos. And it was a challenging thing to think out.
We decided to focus on all the things that he can do, and he enjoys doing, and he appreciates doing. And that really became the theme of the Shabbos.
The highlight really was when he went up and got Galila at Mincha, and just started jumping up and down after he did Galila. And I spoke the next Shabbos, I mentioned that, I said, you know what, there's no reason why all of us don't jump up and down when we get Galila. He inspired us, he inspired the shul. It was a very, very special Shabbos. I got to see the Darkeinu program when I was in yeshiva last year, and it really is very inspiring, and I think it's very typical of our yeshiva, that everyone has to be able to reach their potential and everyone has to be able to find their place. Very few institutions that I know of that really speak to the Torah of Israel, to the people of Israel, and to the state of Israel. Yeshivat Har Etzion really is a champion of that hashkafa. And that's why I think it's a very, very important institution and why I'm very happy to be able to help the yeshiva.